front, motherfucker.
Check 1 2, check 1 2. This your host with the most, live from the West Coast, Professor Trynch, and once again, this is Trynch Talk Podcast. Oh man, let's go ahead and let's just get straight to it. Kanye West. He's sitting around here.
He got a pocket full of money.
Still bitching at a superior rate. My kids, my baby mama won't let me see my kids. Everybody is pleading with this guy. Look, he is a lame. He's been a lame from the first time that he showed up. Everybody got a story who is a solid street dude about saving this dude. Everybody has a story about him being a weirdo. Every time somebody doesn't want him or he can't get no attention, all of a sudden here he comes with these outbursts and outcries and, I have mental issues, blah, 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 blah. Look, think about the person who has 52 cents in their bank account and they can't afford their meds. Do you think about him, Kanye? Do you think about her, Kanye? She loses her shit, she goes straight to a mental institution. You lose your shit, what? Wait, you get a full supply of your bullshit meds. Look, you ain't smoking no weed, you ain't drinking no wine, and according to what Michael Blackson put out there on IG, you ain't had no coochie since Kim. So, look, you've been over here worried about something that's been for the streets, made for the streets, and is going to stay in the streets. And meanwhile, you worried about that. Look, just focus on your kids, bruh. Stop trying to have a marriage with Kim. You not mentally stable. You walking around here with the Harry and the Hendersons goatee, and you think that you get some type of respect? We take this word genius way too far. A genius does something to change the world. Look, getting billions of dollars and making everybody wear some little foam shoes or some shoes that's so basic. I mean, like, it's nothing spectacular about this guy. Y'all just infatuated with the hype. Man, Public Enemy told y'all back in the day, don't believe the hype. Y'all still go for this bullshit. And at the end of the day, I don't feel bad for Kanye at all because
You got high, so you fucked up, nigga.
And all he does is bitch and bitch and bitch some more. Nobody wants to hear this from this guy no more. Why is everybody still like cradling this dude? We got younger people who got way more issues and who really have an ability to, with the proper attention and the proper help, they can snap out of it. Once a motherfucker over 30, ain't no helping that motherfucker. He's done. He's watched. What do you want from Kanye West at this point? What do you want from him? What do you think you finna get from him? What do you think you finna get? What, a Michael Jackson type album? I mean, look, he's peaked. He's peaked. He's got his money and he still wants more. Look, if you ain't into comic books, you ain't into this is when the villain gets evil. This is when the villain does some old outlandish shit and hopes to get some attention. And then when he gets the attention, he's gonna say, I never meant for it to be like that. Because he's not G'd up from the feet up, and he's not, and I don't know what God he's praying to, but it looked like it's driving him more crazy. And is nobody else going to say that? He's being driven more and more crazy. Look, I'ma just say, Kim, you gave Pete Davidson some pussy, and he a tripped out sock puppy looking motherfucker. Why don't you just go ahead and give Kanye some pussy? Look, like. What's the difference? You fuck with weirdos. You should have stayed with Reggie Bush. Shit. Man, shout out to all my players out there that when somebody don't want them, they know how to keep it pushing out there. I mean, really though, nobody ever gives a shout out to you. There was once a period in time where every rap song told you, when she don't want you, keep it pushing. Every rap song told you, man, look, I'm going to just go ahead and, where's my hip hop Bible at? Where's my hip hop Bible at? From the book of Corrupt. No, from the book of Dr. Dre. Chapter 2001. Song 6, verse 1. Kanye, I want you to listen to this. Bitch niggas pay for hoes just to lay with hoes. Relax one night and pay to stay with hoes. Captain, save them all day, but save this dick. Bitch nigga, you more of a bitch than a bitch. You ain't in the hitting pussy or hitting a switch. You in there hitting bitches off with a grip, you punk bitch. Give it up, everybody. Man, we're going to start preaching these rap lyrics like Bible scripture because, man, obviously some of you dudes ain't getting it. You're not getting the point. At some point, you're going to have to deal with something that is not going to work. Like, you're going to have to deal with things that are not going to be in your favor. You're going to have to be able to, as a man, I'm not talking to the ladies about this. I want men to understand this. When things aren't going your way, there is a greater day. There's going to be a greater day. Kanye, there will be a greater day. Get off them meds. Smoke some weed. I mean, fuck with a bad, real ass chick from the hood. Stop fucking with these off-brand like chicks that just look cute and you know they something bad to bring around the guys in the streets or whatever, but you not a street dude. So you don't need that. You need a real one by your side. You want me to give you some advice? You need to get with Lizzo. Kanye West and Lizzo, say what? Man, that's a power couple right there. Her flute playing skills, his ability to put the shit together, her ability to put some real food on this nigga's stomach, get that bullshit up off his mind. Look, I think if Kanye just gets some rice with some turmeric, I don't know if I'm saying it right, and some cayenne pepper and some, you know, some oxtails, and then he gets some salmon and he gets some crab legs, all that shit in one, man, I guarantee you, he gonna snap out of that bullshit and he gonna come back to dropping that fire. Trust and believe. The professor knows what he's talking about. I'm teaching a lesson right now. Look, this is a way to not be a lame. Get off them meds that will have you fucked up in your head. Man, I swear, this is something that I'm just going to say. Stop praising these lames. You got an entire movement. And I've said this on the last episode, Why Even Bother? Which I'm going to play a clip right now. Griselda, you need to listen to Griselda. You need to bump Griselda. They're talking about all this shit that you young cats, you older cats, listen to this fuck nigga Kanye West about. I mean, that you listen to Kanye West for. They talk about fashion. They talk about art. They're talking about pretty much hip hop culture. They keeping the beats simple. They keeping the lyrics gritty. They keeping when they talking about something fly, you damn near don't even know what it is unless you go ahead and Google it. So they're always ahead of the game. And they're rappers 40 years old, mid-30s, 30 years old, and they're doing songs and lyrical abilities from the men to the women that is topping your favorite artist named Kanye West. Get this guy off your brain. Get this dude off your mind. I mean, straight up, you got a whole list of these type of cats who are in the industry who talk up good shit and then want to have a discussion when it's time for them to be in the city of the person they've been talking that good shit with. Or when they're asked, like, oh, are you going over here? Or are you going to go over there? No, why would I go over there? They going to do something to me. Look, it all starts with being conscious. If you a man, you know what you're saying ahead of time. Even if you're blurting things out, you know as it's shocking to your brain and then it's coming out of your mouth that, all right, damn, I might say something that I'm gonna regret. Let me hold off on that. So let's not even go into that type of shit. Let's go ahead and speak the real facts, the 100% nonfiction facts. Kanye West is not a genius. Like, for real. To me, Snoop is a genius. Snoop took an aspect of black culture, which was smoking weed, and brought a certain amount of, and brought the player element of it to where people stopped looking at it as something that just savages did, to where it became something that became legalized, as well as with the help of Be Real, Redman. I mean, you got Currency, you got Wiz Khalifa, all these cats who brought all the flyness to it. Will you explain to me in the comment box, what is Kanye West doing that is so like spectacular. He really ain't doing nothing, and every time he open his mouth, all I really want to say is
say another motherfucking word and this shit is over.
And he never ceases to amaze me. Like rapper cats like him don't fall off. I see him as a rapper. I mean, for real. Everybody even says his last great album was Graduation. How long ago was that? What, damn near 15 years ago? Everything else has just been a hit and miss. And it takes somebody that's featured with him for that album to be something. Ergo, Watch the Throne. Ergo, songs like Monster. Songs like I'm So Appalled. That's what them songs really like kept it popping. Then you go in that right now, who is, you could consider him, and I'm not even a super fan of him, but I'm gonna give the credit when the credit is due. You got Drake, who is right now considered the God MC. You going at him. All of these things are going to literally have it to where in 10 years, 20 years, when they're finally doing the real Kanye West documentary, people are going to be telling the truth about you, that you's a weirdo, that you's a lame, and they're going to use the exclusive footage from Trynch Talk podcast showing that he knew, that the professor knew what he was talking about this whole time. I can't help. Like, if you've watched any of the other Trynch Talk podcasts, you have watched me stutter, you watched me fumble over my words, but this one, I'm not holding back none. I can't stand this motherfucker, man. Ever since he showed up. Look, yeah, he got employed. He's employed thousands of people. That's great. That's good. That's what I applaud about him. When he picks his phone up and he is a black man, that is a father, that pretty much is a pillar of our culture, and you're walking around this motherfucker mad at everybody else but yourself, you prove my point. You's a lame. Take credit where credit is due. Look, if you was probably on the meds long after that fucking accident, and then you probably got to doing them way too much over, after the unfortunate incident of what happened with his mother. And then one chick after another chick after another chick after another chick that don't want you, got what they got from you and got away from you. Look, this is what it is, man. Kim is evolving. She don't need somebody that she needs to watch by her bedside every 5 minutes. And if you a real man, you know something. If you still physically able and you not 85, 70 years old and you drooling from the mouth, look, chances are, once you all the way fucked up and you not physically able and you mentally unstable, the bitch ain't fucking with you. She can go fuck with somebody who is healthy, because life is too short to fuck with somebody who deep down you really ain't fucking with. Kim showed you that, player. The family is showing you that. And then when they say, hey, I love you, and look, a motherfucker that really love you ain't finna chant that every time or put that in a message or start a message off with that. They gonna tell you that you fucking up. And then they gonna tell you at the end of that, man, I love you, man, but you fucking up out here. I ain't trying to be, I ain't your parent. So let's look at some examples of stand-up people who came out of a lot of ill-ass situations. Little Boosie. Streets of Baton Rouge. Street Wars. Hip-hop success. Reached his pinnacle in rap. Got indicted. Got put on death row. He had a battle with diabetes. He's had a battle with cancer, and he's beat all of them motherfuckers, and he still manages to keep you entertained. He still manages to pretty much show support, still manages to do the same things that Kanye West is doing, but we don't want to give the stand-up dude credit. Let's talk about Trey the Truth. Let's talk about Zero. Let's talk about Scarface, Willie D. Let's talk about Snoop. Let's talk about Big Trey D. Let's talk about, like there's not enough. Kevin Liles. Let's talk about Russell Simmons. Let's talk about, there are people who have all throughout their entire career, they managed to put people on without literally shitting on them. Puffy trying to really help you, man. Look, and you shitting on Puff. What goes around comes around. So at the end of the day, once again, when it comes to Kanye West, hey,
you got high, so you fucked up.
And at the end of the day, let's go ahead and do my favorite thing when it comes to canceling the motherfucker. Pour that champagne and
cancel that bitch.
Because Kanye West, like, from a LA dude who ain't pushing no gangster line and is a regular guy and has had breakups. I raised a kid, and on top of that, I have my own classical way of thinking. Like, look, straight up, it's over for you, player. Like, get off your meds and get in. You already got the bread. Get off the meds and get your, I don't know, get with a real barber, man. Stop fucking with these weirdo barbers, man, that's just agreeing with you. You need somebody on your team. You need to go to a barbershop. That'll keep you sane, Kanye. But you know what? When you lame in a game and it's stuck in your brain, there's nothing that they can do. But this is Professor Trynch. Trynch Talk Podcast. And I'm just gonna say, hey, fuck with that Griselda movement, because Kanye West is through. I don't even want to wear none of them goddamn Yeezy. Peace.
What that term meant: sex, drugs, rock and roll. The bimbos come to the party, they hang out, they get drunk, they snort lines of blow, and they have a good time. They use the hall closets to give head, the bathrooms to get down, and you go in to get your coat off of the bed, and they're laying on top of it doing somebody.